GameStop has taken a lot of heat for pre-orders, other not very friendly business practices, but they have a new offer that might bring you back. And that is, well, this calls it all-you-can-eat subscription, but you're not eating games, it's all-you-can-game. So for $60, well, let's take a look at the flyer. For $60, you could have 6 months of all the gaming you want for whatever used games are there, physical copies, of course, and you get to keep the last game. Pretty good, right? It depends how fast you can get through those games. If you're a trophy collector, you're gonna love this. $60 is the price of a brand new console game, at least. So for that price, it's not bad. It really depends on what's in stock on the store. Would you be into this?
Yeah, yes and no. I do think that you kind of touched on it. In the world of open gaming that we have nowadays, like if you rent Skyrim in a few months, you're still playing Skyrim.
Yeah.
So it might be hard to swap out the games.
David, who hasn't played Skyrim at this point? It's on every system.
It is, but some people are like me.
It's like a 10-year-old game at this point.
It is, but you get to this point, like I think I got 80, 85 hours into Skyrim, like okay, I gotta stop playing. So I don't know that everyone's gonna get through all of the games that they wanna play before they return them. I have a feeling this is gonna be like Blockbuster style back in the day where you're gonna rent something, you're gonna play it for a while, you're gonna forget it on the shelf until you're like, oh no, I gotta send this back, and then end up with the 1 or 2 games that you played.
But there's no late fee, you do get to keep the last game you pull out.
True.
However, you're right, Blockbuster isn't exactly the business model you want to follow if you want to stay viable as a business. Oh my gosh, you're right, I've been so blind.
It's an interesting idea. I love the idea of swapping out, trying different things, seeing what I like before I end up with the final game that I want to choose. But at the same time, most of the gamers that I know are between 20 and 30 now, and gaming is what they do in their spare time. I don't know that everyone's going to make it through as many games as that would make this worthwhile.
It really depends on what games you're going for.
True.
So there's a long single-player campaign style game. That'll take you a long time, especially if you have things that take up your time, like a job or being different duties you have to do, stress that comes with it, working on things at home. Being a grown-up and playing games is hard. Oh, and I didn't even count kids, which I didn't even think of, but some people have them, and that takes up a lot of time. But I think it's a wise thing for GameStop to do, because their primary thing now is having this large stock of used games. However, I will note, whenever I haven't been to a GameStop in a long time because I am opposed to a lot of their business practices, the Circle of Life program. I've had a lot of former and current GameStop employees send messages to me about how unethical it is, how they don't like having to be forced to push these programs on people. But their bread and butter is used games. You know, you could argue about pre-ordering games as well. I'm still also opposed to that. But that's what they have the bulk of. That's their thing, as opposed to going to Best Buy, as opposed to going to Amazon, as opposed to actually just getting a digital game off of Steam or whatever, which is what people do more now. So this is a good way to, I think, capitalize off of a massive stock that probably isn't moving that much.
Absolutely. I mean, I do think that there is a benefit in spreading the love around. Something like this will allow you to go out and discover games that you might not have played otherwise, and maybe raise the profile of past games or studios that actually didn't get the attention they had before. But that being said, I just don't know how it's actually going to play out. Like, are enough people going to sign up for it, but it's really even going to pay off?
Well, the worry is that too many people sign up and they take out all the good games and they time it so that they end up, the final game they end up with is the game you want, so you don't get that game at the end. So it's all kind of based on this variable that isn't really understandable or controllable. That variable is a gamble, and that's what's in stock at this particular GameStop. So it could pay off, it could not. It depends. I think this is going to be great for some people, and a lot of people are just gonna pass it by.
Yeah, I think a 15-year-old who has a couple of weeks off from school, who wants to cycle through a bunch of games they missed otherwise, is gonna love it. But I think your average gaming adult who plays games every couple of days and gets through a game in like a week or two is not gonna see the benefits as much.
If I were a parent and I had a teenage child and they were like, can I have this? I'd say, absolutely, leave me alone. I'm not a very good parent, and that's why I'm not one yet, or at all. Audience, would you buy into this program? Would you spend the $60 to get that used game? Please let us know below, and please like and subscribe for more.